How's it going? Welcome back to Valheim. So I've got quite a bit of explaining to do. I apologize for getting so far ahead of myself, but I wanted to start the dock, which was going to be a lot of terrain manipulation. So I thought I would do that before I started recording. And then I thought, well, the terrain's going to have to be adjusted slightly so we can get all the building pieces to line up with it, so I better plan out where all the pathways are going to go, and then I can make the adjustments to the terrain, and then I can start recording. And you know me, one thing led to another. The good thing is I'm not finished. Like there is some building we can do today. But yeah, this is what I've come up with, which I think it looks pretty cool. So if we zoom out here, you can see how much of the terrain I've actually cut out, which is a fair chunk, to be honest. From basically about here, I've taken out all the terrain up to as far as I can. This point here, the water actually gets a little bit too shallow to go any further, so my original plan to have an inlet was not really going to work, because the area we had, there was not enough room for the longboat to do a U-turn, basically, because I wanted to drive in and then be able to park it and then just turn around and drive back out. But yeah, that wasn't going to work with just due to how high the terrain was in that area. I couldn't give myself enough water to actually make that happen. So I ended up digging out sideways to make a channel for us to exit, which I think turned out pretty good. There was a number of really big stones here that I had to clear out, which resulted in us getting quite a bit of stone, actually. I think it was like 4 or 5 chests full of stone. Yeah, so that's the idea. Now it's going to take a little bit of getting used to actually drive up to this and yeah, maneuver it. It's still not amazing, but I think it looks pretty good. So I'm willing to accept the hit to the functionality. So we've got some stairs that lead up alongside this the cliff, and then that goes up to the base, obviously. And then we've got a door that goes into the dock house. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to use this for, but it has a pretty good view of the dock itself. So I don't know, we'll make use of that, no doubt. Okay, and then playing around with an idea for the roof that's going to have to go over this massive staircase, and I think I'm settling on something like this, where each section is stepped up, so it sort of matches how the stairs, like they rise by half a block. So I do the same with this. But what is really cool is when you come in here and you're looking at the roof, you can there's little gaps so you can see through. I really like that. I think that is cool. So I might try to utilize that in other places as well. Plus we've got the same sort of you know, some sort of a weird knot design weaving going on. So I've tried to incorporate that into it as well. I started planning out the courtyard. So this central octagon is going to be where we plant the trees and the flowers. I might try to do the same on the outside. Maybe not trees on the outside, but definitely like flowers or some sort of a garden bed. I think that would look good. And then there is going to be a pathway that leads up to join in with that pathway. And I think what we're going to do is carry on that pathway down through here. And down the bottom here, we're going to have a textile mill. And we might even continue the path down this way further. It depends on what I'm going to do with the dockhouse and the terrain in this area. Because as you can see, I've done quite a bit of manipulation there. Because like, it's probably hard to see, but this mountain, or this hill here, was actually around this sort of height. And then it went up from there. So yeah, I've carved out quite a big chunk, but I've tried to make it look sort of natural. And I think I've done a pretty good job of that. It kind of looks like the terrain was generated like that. But that is it. Now, a couple of days ago, I put up a post asking about whether you guys would be okay if I added some mods, some quality of life mods. And 75% of you guys said that you were totally fine with it. And yeah, there was 25% that said they didn't want any mods in this current playthrough. And they made some very good points. But ultimately, I would, like, if it was up to me, I would lean towards putting mods on. Luckily, you guys all, you know, the majority voted that way anyway. But purely for the fact that it's going to save me a lot of time. And I'm getting into a stage where the sections of the build we're doing now are quite intense with resource gathering and like the terrain manipulation itself. Oh my god, that it's just hours upon hours of work. So I think, yeah, what I'm going to do is go through all the mods that I've installed, and we'll go from there. As you can see, the pig farm's working a treat. We've got 21 boars in here. They're all 2-star boars. And I'm too scared to put any more in here because whenever I take them from this pen and I try to get them, as soon as I open this door, about 6 of them try to like just bum rush out, and it's a nightmare trying to get one boar in and keep the others in as well. So I think we're just going to leave it at that. We've got a healthy stockpile there. If we need some food, we can cull them. No more breeding. Plus they've sort of smashed our carrot supplies. You might be noticing a bit of a frame hitch. I say frame hitch, I mean I've lost like at least 20 frames. I have a feeling the game doesn't like terrain manipulation on this sort of scale, because the build itself isn't doing much, and the way I can tell that is because before I had started building any of this and just had the terrain manipulation down, I immediately lost my frames. Even after I built all of this crap on top of it, it still stayed the same. So I'm not sure. Hopefully the devs can optimize that a little bit, but yeah, learn from my experience. Try to avoid large-scale terrain manipulation like this. Like it's awesome that we're allowed to do it, like, but if it's going to affect the game this much, it's not worth doing, if you know what I mean. Like, I have to be very slow with my camera movements here, otherwise you're going to get massive screen tears. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. Let's get to work. All right, so the mods. I've installed Valheim Plus, which has, honestly, it's like Structures Plus from Ark. I mean, it has so many different facets and features, all of which you can either turn on or off. So I'm not using a great deal of Valheim Plus. It is damn, there's a couple of things I really like about it. Number one, take this for example. Now normally that's all we get. We just get a rotation along the Z-axis. But with Valheim Plus, we can press F1 to go into advanced building mode. And then if we hold down control, we can rotate it along the X-axis, which means we can like flatten it. We can go upside down, inverted. And then we can also like move it side to side and all that type of stuff with the keys. So like while it's not perfect, it's, I don't know, it's pretty cool. You should be able to go up and down. Yeah, okay, you hold down control and you go up and down with the keys. Like it's a little cumbersome to use. Let's go over here so we can get rid of the glare of the sun. But let's turn it on. Yeah, okay, and then we've got shift. No, we've got alt. Alt rotates it along the y-axis. It looks like there is more increments as well, which is strange. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's more increments when you're rotating. Okay, so what happens if we turn it off at that point? Okay, it just resets. Yeah, because see, I love it. It's awesome, don't get me wrong. But with it active, I can no longer move the part around with my mouse. I have to use the keys. And that means like I can't use snap points, and yeah, so I won't be able to use this feature and build very quickly. And it looks like that was as high as I was allowed to go with that piece. So now I would have to start it again. Like, I'm not sure how you would be able to do it. I'm not sure on the code involved in making this happen. But I would love for just to be able to build like this, but hold down control and rotate on a different axis. Like, that'd be awesome. And then just continue to move it around. That way, the devs don't need to add any new structure pieces. They can reuse the same one. Well, we can reuse the same one because we can rotate it in another axis. So as well as that, like we could actually make drawbridges, right? Because we can lay these down now. Yeah, cool. All right, let's move on to the other mods. Okay, so I've got equipment slots. So all of our armor and everything actually gets out of our inventory and goes into a slot. I've also got these quick slots, which have key bindings to them, and I can adjust the key bind, which I'm most likely going to do because V and B are a little bit out of the way for me. I'm probably gonna map these to my mouse. But yeah, we can essentially like put all of our food in here and get that out of our inventory. Or we could put potions in there instead. Like, that's just really cool. Okay, apparently that just throws it. Okay, and there's a UI mod. It changes the number into a star. Makes it a little easier to see the quality level, in my opinion. Plus the durability bar changes color with how much durability it has. There's also this XP bar down the bottom. I'm not a fan of that. I find that distracting, but I'm pretty sure there's an option to turn that off, so I will do that as well. The next mod that I have is a one that allows us to change the range of the all the crafting stations. So I have workbenches up an additional 50%, and I have all the other workbenches up by 3 times the amount. So things like forges, the stonecutter table and the artisan table are all 60 units, which I'm pretty sure is 60 meters in game, which means it's 30 blocks basically, because each foundation is 2 meters. Another thing that Valheim Plus that I'm using Valheim Plus for is I'm removing the weathered effect from building pieces. So as we can see here, these are all damaged and look nasty. Now I'm not sure if it just removes the visual effect of it being nasty, like of it being damaged, or if it actually removes the damage altogether. Personally, I'd prefer it if it leaves the damage but just removes the weathered effect, like the visual effect. Because I kind of like, I understand the direction the devs were going with it, and it makes a lot of sense. I don't like the way it looks. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, so Valheim Plus lets you adjust the stamina cost for each tool. So building no longer requires stamina. You can call that cheating, I guess, but personally, it bothers me. I love the stamina in terms of combat. It makes total sense, and it's really fun to you know, constantly manage your stamina in a battle. While I'm building or gardening or like leveling terrain, it drives me insane. So I turned it off for all of those. Yeah, so we can repair and build until our heart's content. The better UI also gives us a little readout of how much experience we gain per activity that we do. So as you can see, like jumping, you can see up in the top left hand corner there, we've got some XP for jumping and for running. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I built a throne in here as well, because we had access to it. Oh shit, that's another thing. I placed a stone cutter table and learnt a bunch of recipes because of it, and I didn't record it. So yeah, that's my bad. Essentially what I was playing around with is having a rock wall where the dock is, and then I decided against it. So I demolished the stone cutter table, but well, yeah, we learnt a bunch of recipes, so I apologize for not showing that. But yeah, that's why I have all of this stuff in here. Oh, that's another thing. I've got so if you have a look at this, down the bottom, I have basically I can craft from containers around me. So it just automatically pulls resources from containers around me. And I'll put links in the description to all these mods that I'm using. And if you guys need help installing them, I can try to guide you through it. It's fairly painless. But essentially, the ones, see the wood on the left, it's going to cost 10 wood, and we have 12 in our inventory because it's white. But the flint, it's going to cost 15. We have access to 47, but it's flashing yellow because it's not actually in our inventory. It's in one of the chests. And if we run further away from this, it should update when we lose access to that chest that has, yeah, there it is. And then it just goes to 0 and it flashes red, so you don't have access to it. And I'm not sure if you can change the range on, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you can customize how far you can use, like how far you can pull from. Another good thing about that mod is you can actually cook and craft from that as well, not just like build. But we can, oh, Valheim Plus, I changed the amount of stuff that I can fit in furnaces and kilns. So we can do a whole stack of iron, or yeah, a whole stack of ore. 30, I thought that made sense. And I can do a whole stack of coal. So I can add coal. Now I don't have any coal in my inventory, but I can still add it because it's pulling it from this chest. There it is there, 49 out of 50. If I hold down shift and press F, it fills the entire thing. It took the 30 out that it was missing and put it in there. How cool is that? Like, no longer do you have to like screw around and get it into your inventory, and yeah, I love that. Now with the ores, I'm not sure if, actually I don't think we have any ores to smelt. No. I'm not sure if it is going to, like, because there's no way to specify which ore you want to go in. So I don't know, we'll have to play around with that. But yeah, we can do the same with the wood. Shift F fills it. Now Valheim Plus also allows you to store items into a chest. Like once it gets crafted, instead of it just dumping it on the ground, it stores it in a nearby chest. Now this is the closest chest to both of those, so it should end up in here. We'll find out. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. So I actually think that will help cut down on lag as well, because there's not going to be 100 items sitting on the ground there. They're going to be in a chest. Maybe. Alright, now that I've spent the entire day talking to you guys, let's do some work, shall we? Now, I really like this, the idea of this, but I had an idea of maybe extending this out just half a block, so this becomes an odd number, and then we can do the we can do that middle one. Yeah, because we don't need a wall, we're just doing beams. Yeah. Okay, this will be good. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these. Let's do another one as well, and we'll test it out. So I don't want the poles themselves. I want those guys lined right up here, because I'm most likely going to have a railing. But the roof itself is going to hang over a little bit, and I think that will look really cool. Let's just get rid of that for now as well. Alright, so how do we want to do this? We really need to get some height. So I'm happy with the 26s. Yeah, I think the 26s work. 26-degree slopes. Yeah, too far away. So I like these because they have a nice center beam in the middle. But I don't like using them if we have to have a wall there. Because there's no wall that fits there, if you know what I mean. The best we can do is put an X there and put a wall below it, but there's still a little tiny triangle there. So for this it's going to be good because we don't actually need a wall. But I generally don't like to use them. Kind of feel like it should drop down from here. Let's just get something set up so we have a snap point. Ah. Asshole. Alright, you want to play? I have to get some arrows because I'm pretty sure I'm going to attract that troll at some point. There's a troll walking around up there. So we're going to get some arrows. I'm pretty sure I've still got... I might have to make some more actually. I've got some poison arrows. Yeah, fuck it. We'll use those. May as well give everything a repair while we're here. I'm not going to purposely aggro him, but we've got arrows on us if such an event happens. Yeah, I don't know. Should we go down straight away or should it overhang first? I don't know. Let's try this first. See how it goes. So if we continue this theme, this one actually needs to drop down again for the next stage, and that one should be there. So we're going to get this beam that we can see. We're out of wood. See, I need to get my box of wood down here. give me 1 second, and I'll get a box of wood down here. Okay, we've got a tiny little bit of light left. I've got a chest there, which is full of my wood. I've got a chest up there, just full of my wood. I've got wood in every box around. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, anyway. Let's get to work. Okay, couple of X's. Alright, come on. Now, I don't think I want to do an X on the back side of these, just on the front, I think. And it's mainly so these beams here don't just terminate. We want them to flow through. But I do like this middle piece in the middle. It makes a surprisingly big difference to the way that looks. Okay, now we're also going to want these beams on the side. We don't need that anymore. Or do we? I don't think that's actually connected to anything. Hopefully it's just close enough. Oh yeah, it's sticking through that that angled piece. Okay, so that's not too bad. Can we fit a beam in here without completely covering up the gap? Because it looks a little flimsy at the moment. Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Okay, so this is going to be 3 separate pieces. Like, technically we should be doing that, which means it's gonna... Ah, shit. That's gonna ruin it. We can't do that. Where did we get this other snap point from? Was it this beam? There's a snap point we got in the middle somehow. Is there something on the side? Yeah, there's something on the side we're snapping to. So we have, like Valheim Plus, its advanced building mode gives us access to a lot of different shapes that we couldn't do before. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to use that a great deal. It is mainly to get inverted sloped walls, and only if I absolutely need it. Ah, you dick. Yep, the door's over this side now, buddy. I changed the location of it. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Tell your friends not to come back. Yeah, it's mainly to get the inverted sloped triangles, and I'm not going to use it unless I absolutely have to. All right, so what do we want to do here? Do we want to go with the X's? Fuck. At this stage, I think the X's are not as bad as I'm leading on. I think they don't block the view as much as I'm imagining. But I do want to experiment with extending these out one row so they sit above that beam. We'll experiment with that. So I'm gonna destroy these 2 platforms that we've got here. I'm gonna get rid of these as well because they're distracting from the experiments that we're doing. Perfect weather for building. Oh, and jumping off the fucking roof, you idiot. Okay. So, to extend this out, it's going to go out with this platform first. Okay, so none of that is actually supported by anything other than the roof itself. So I'm going to have to be mindful of that and possibly come up with some sort of an attachment system. But for now, I'm just going to continue on with the experiment. We'll see how it looks. Alright, so we've got a couple there to check out. That should give us a good idea of how it's going to look. Okay, so those cross beams actually intersect with that beam, so that's really good. I'm not sure if I like those connection points there, or if we would be better with something that matches. Possibly something like that. Ah, damn sun. I kind of like that because it gives it a bit more depth. Like we've got the weaving behind this beam. Let's play around with it a little bit more. See what this looks like here. There is such a thing as going too far, Timmy. I don't mind that. But these bits here can actually go now. Yeah, that cleans it up a lot. I like that. Okay, so if we can just get these beams in here that and not have them cross like that, we'll be golden. So if we remove this piece, do we actually get a snap point there? Oh, we do. Oh, it's a little bit too low though. Doesn't quite line up. Yeah, it's that same section. It's giving us trouble. So the amount we need to lift it up is smaller than one of these. It's about half the length of one of these. Yeah, it sits all the way up the top there if we use that. So that is no good to us. Okay, just for shits and gigs, let's see what the crosses look like. Because that's the easiest solution. Because it just snaps in there perfectly. I was okay with the ones at the front, so let's just, you know, play around with this. Although, do you really have a snap point there? Wait, were the X's giving a snap point? I think the X's give you a snap point in there. Let's see if we can use that. See what it looks like. I think that It might be a winner. Although I can't fucking see it. That gets rid of the X. Oh my god, that sun. Oh, I need that there, you idiot. Alright, so was that just a fluke or is that a thing? Is that a thing we can count on in future building? Alright. Yep, I'm liking that. That looks interesting. If not a little bit too complex. Oh, it's really good. That's nice and clean. The only thing that would make it better is if we could hide that, see where that V is, where it doesn't quite meet in the middle. I really dislike that. If we could hide that, I would be very happy. If Ark has taught me anything, it's that if you don't like something that the game gives you, hide it. And there was lots of that in Ark, trust me. Alright, yep. That is a winner. How's that troll going? Is he still hanging out up there? Yeah, I can see him just behind the tree there. Yep. He's cool. He's just chilling. So that's fine. I'm gonna leave him. Alright, I think we are settled on this. This is looking good. Let's change to the repair tool so I can get a better look at what I'm actually deleting here, seeing as these are all clipping into each other. Because we want to remove all these straight sections that don't belong in this theme. And once again, I got a shitload of wood up there. Alright, I think that's it. We've got the design. Now it's time to build the entire thing. But we'll do that in the morning. And I will most likely cut it out now that you've seen how I've built it. I don't think you need to see the entire process. Wait. Am I using stamina for that? I am. I will need to check the mods. Alright, so I thought I'd bring you guys back. I've done a little bit, but we're getting up to a point where the repetitiveness is going to stop, because we've got this sort of flange here where the stairs open up. And naturally I want the roof to mimic that. So we're going to have to do something with it. However, there is a bit of an offset. So if we have a look there, you can see it's about half a block. Which means if we rotate from this point here, we're going to have overhang. Which is good, right? I mean, because this is overhanging as it is. Yeah, no, I think that would be good. But I've put in these railings. I'm not sure if they're going to stay. They're quite bland compared to our other ones. The trouble is they're too low to the ground to be able to do anything fancy with them. And I don't want to raise them up because I don't want to mix them with the decorative part that we have there. So I think I'm going to leave them. I'm not 100% sold on these pillars sticking up. I think that it might look better if we just drop them down to that height as well. But you guys can let me know in the comments whether you like it. And then yeah, I can. It's very easy to swap them over. So yeah, we'll try that out. We'll have a play around with it. See what they look like at the lower height. If I can find the snap point, there it is. Ooh, that's hideous. Oh, she's gonna have to be there. Now this one is stubborn. Alright, well... Oh, shit. How do you feel about one of those being there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, come on in, buddy. Yep, you're totally welcome. Yeah, you're totally welcome to just come on my property. Yeah, see, I prefer that. It's less claustrophobic in here with those pillars being the same height as the railing. Yeah, I think that works better. The only thing I like about the poles being up higher is that it covers up this jankiness here. And you know how I feel about hiding jankiness. It is key to any good build. Behind any good build, there's a bunch of jankiness. You can quote me on that. All right, so let me finish this this section off here. See if I can get one of these bad boys in there. No, we're gonna have to go up there. Of course. How did you manage that? Yeah, don't mind me, just saving my world. See you in 3 hours. Jeez, I really like the way that looks. I think that is so cool when you're coming down and it doesn't even look like a roof at that point. Like it just looks like some sort of a lattice that is over the top. But it is indeed a roof. That is seriously cool. I like that. And yeah, sure, I'll toot my own horn. Why not? So it appears that Valheim Plus is possibly having a bit of a bug with its stamina usage settings. because none of them are working. I double checked the syntax to make sure that what I was putting in is correct. And if I do a negative 100, it should use 100% less stamina for each tool that I apply that to. But as you can see here, we are using the same amount of stamina that we normally would in the vanilla game. Same with the cultivator. And the hammer is slightly different. So repairing actually works as intended. I've set this to 99. So what we should see is the stamina bar will appear, but it'll be hardly anything used. There it is. So repairing is working, but building, as you can see, and demolishing uses the standard amount of stamina. So hopefully they can get that fixed, because that is a really cool part of this mod, in my opinion. All right, let's sort out where the supports are going. So there's going to be here. I'm basically doing every 2 foundations, but this one's being a little bit difficult, so we might try to snap it to the top first, and then yeah, like that. Yeah, I think that will work for us. Those stairs are absolutely useless now. Alright, so if we are going to... We're going to rotate 45 degrees. This is going to be where the pillars are. So let's do that. We're going to go two frames. And then these bad boys down like that, which is going to go straight through there. That didn't even go to the ground. Let's just do one of those so we get a bit of support there. Yeah, let's just continue on with this. We'll keep going like this for now, because I don't know how this is going to tie into the actual courtyard. Same with down the bottom here. Like, I don't know how I'm going to tie it into the rest of the roof. Oh, shit. No, don't. Ah, you mother... Thank you. So, over the stairs, the entire roof slopes down towards the water, which matches what we've done with the dock. Everything slopes down towards the water, and we've got this decorative side on the other side. So, I kind of want to do the same with the central building here. The trouble is this side, like the back side of that wall, is going to be fairly high to slope down and give us enough room on this side here, which means it's going to dwarf our nice staircase roof here. So possibly, okay, what we could do is at this point here, we could flip the roof around. Might have to put a half wall in there. And then one of those bad boys. Yep. All right, so we flip that around. That's the wrong way. We could totally do a window there. That would look pretty cool, to be honest. If we throw one of these half walls in, just on the top there, let's remove this bad boy. I don't know what the hell that is, but we're gonna remove it. So we'll match the slope of the roof, and let's just get rid of all that decorative stuff at the moment. And this is where I would want to use ABM, and we want to flip this guy upside down, something like that, I guess. What if we just go a little bit further, just try and meet those edges up. Oh shit, I don't think I went far enough in. Oh, look at these assholes. Alright, let's go to bed and then we'll have a look at it in the morning. It's too dark for you guys to see it anyway. There we go, there's our rested buff for 20 minutes. Half decent. Okay, yeah, so we were down here. Just checking this out. Oh, god damn it. Look, it's good enough. All right. You get the same idea. One thing that would make it a bit prettier, possibly putting one of these in, and possibly one of those on that side. But we are going to need another one of these, so let's activate ABM. Hold down control, rotate. Actually, is the other one better for this? No, you need to do 2 axes, don't you? Look, that's good enough. All right. It works. Yeah, so that's decent. Okay, but now we have the issue of this roof. Shit. I have this thing that I don't like roofs sloping down into a wall. It totally doesn't matter in the game, but in real life, if you were to do that, water would pool up against that wall and cause some serious damage. So I try to join everything together so it flows away from the structure. And if we do this, we're essentially sloping into the other roof, which means this roof needs to meet with this one somehow. I don't think we're going to be able to use that because it's not a 90-degree angle, it's a 45-degree angle. So if we do that, then this roof needs to sort of like blend in there, which we could probably just... We do something like that, although that's going to have to go down again. Although that's, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That kind of works. Alright, so if we were to do that... Let's remove those for a second. I want this roof to snap to the other roof because I don't like these bits. I don't know what they're snapped to, and yeah, it could be all over the place. Okay, so those two pieces are good to go. And to be fair, this... Oh no, that's around the right way. Yep, that's fine. So we got to cover up that little bit in the middle there. I don't want to get wet going to and from the docks. I mean, that's the whole point of building a roof over the entire path. It would be absolutely pointless if we left a hole in the roof here. So we are going to have to do some shenanigans and get this merged in somehow. Look, I'll take that. That's not, doesn't look too bad. Although this one would probably be better. I think that will be okay there. This is so janky. Not the game, my bloody building technique that I've employed here. To be fair, this entire thing is extremely janky. The reason why you guys might think it looks good is because you're seeing it as a whole. You didn't see how I built it, and you don't know all the little like devils that are hiding everywhere. It's just nasty. So yeah, just because it looks good from the outside doesn't mean it's actually good. All right, I think this will work. That obeys my internal rule, and it's actually still going to match the style that we have here. Because from this side of the dock, we're going to have a double slope down. And it's actually going to blend in with the rest of this roof system that we've got quite well. Sure, let's do that. And then we will get back on track. Yeah. So I think that we're going to do the same thing with the roof. We're going to have an overlap in this section here, but then it's going to match up with the rest of the structure. So let's see if we can, yeah, do that. Might have to get up there. Oh. Let's not do that. Let's keep the overlap in this one area here. There we go. So we've got an overlap, and there's going to be an overlap here as well. Wait, what the... What did I do? Is that... What the fuck is going on here? Is this one actually right? Does it line up? Looks like it. There was multiple snap points then. Does it look alright? Yeah, I think so. And look at the snap points here. There's hundreds of them. Which one do we want? That one. Sounds good. Yep, alright, so that is working. Obviously that's janky as fuck, but it does work. Actually, you know what? That's not even needed because we're going to rotate here. We actually want to join on to that. It's not going to let me. Let's try this side. You cool with that? Okay, let's get up there. Might zoom in for this as well. Damn, it really does not want to go in there. I think that's it. Damn, how much you reckon that's poking through the roof? I would guess that it's quite a lot. I can't even get that one. Let's just do that, and finally let's snag that one in there. We just need a little bit of a leg up. That's it, she's in. Alright, let's have a look at how janky that is. Yeah, she's pretty bad. She is pretty bad indeed. Oh, it was meant to be. That's exactly where that goes. Come on, son. Kinda need you, buddy. think if I keep staring at that section, I'm gonna just despise it. So we don't really need the wall to go all the way to the roof. We could get like knock all that top section off and just trim it off with a beam, and then that way we won't have all that crap poking through the top, and it might look cleaner. Well, it definitely will look cleaner. I think the issue is that's the only place we have those beams. If we had other places where those beams are, like if the roof wrapped around to the left here as well and we had those beams, it probably wouldn't look as bad. But because it's all just starkers and then you got these beams sticking out here, it just looks janky as fuck. And how does this side look with that transition? Not bad. The window is very strange. I kind of want to like match it on this side. So see how we have this inverted slope wall here. Put it on this side as well. So even though it'll make that like a triangle, I think it would look a lot better. Because right now that's the only straight piece. That's the only horizontal piece in all of this. The rest of it is all angles. I think it would actually look better. Let's just do that. Alright, so how's that look? I think it's still weird. What happens if we have one of these in? Surprise, motherfucker. That's really weird. It's like I was kicking that resin along the ground. Yeah, okay, and then yeah, and we'll just fill that in. Okay, so what does that do? Now that it's a matching window, it's symmetrical. This beam will be gone, obviously. Does that look better? I mean, I know it's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough, right? Does that look better? Maybe, oh Jesus, world save. Maybe we need to remove that. Just have a diamond there, just strange diamond window. Get rid of those. That wall doesn't make any... Oh, I know what that is. That's the inverted. Let's see if we can get that higher. Yeah, we can definitely get that higher. Let's do that, and we'll have a look, see how that looks. Oh yeah, no, that's totally fine. I can live with that. Okay, stop playing around with that, Timmy. It's done. All right, that's the best you're gonna get it. There's a hole in the roof. Shit. Hopefully it's not enough for us to get wet. I will have to test that. In fact, I should probably test the entire ceiling down here to make sure it's everything's watertight. We probably need a wall in here, don't we? Which way should that actually face? I mean, technically these ones could be facing the other way. I think it would look better if they were. And I might regret this, but I'm gonna demolish this crap. And I'm gonna see what it looks like without that stuff. Because technically we don't need it. Just doing like a nice beam there. And that means we don't need any of this, right? We do need that. Yeah, I think that's okay. Sort of just ties it in. Oh, it's raining. Let's test this. So the time should always tick down. We're losing the shelter icon though. Oh, it's probably because of the sides. Because we're exposed. But we're not getting wet. So that's a good sign. Now let's test down here. Where's that hole? Right there. Nah, we're good. It's totally fine. Yeah, so I don't mind that. Like that looks alright. We've just got a straight line. There's an opening there that goes through. I can't really do anything about that, but it's not that bad. Okay, well, we've managed to merge it down the bottom. Just gotta somehow merge this up the top. So what if we terminate this roof here at the start of the stairs? So there'll be this quarter octagon right here. And then the courtyard, its ceiling raises above this one. Because it's going to be a big centerpiece, right? So let's measure how far this is actually going to come up. We've got... Oh yeah, it's off. It's off by half. We probably want it to go an extra one, so there's a... I would rather overlap than a gap. Oh, you're totally not gonna be supported. Okay, anyway. Yes, you are counted as foundation support. That is good. That's what we want. So for this entire build, I haven't used any iron beams yet. But I'm kind of expecting I'm going to need to, at least for the courtyard here, and most likely our actual base up on the top there. All right, so these bad boys are going to be, what is that? That's 2 walls, 3 walls. Same as the rest of your fucking structure, Timmy, you dickhead. Because you've just followed the stairs. So yeah, 3. We at bare minimum we've got to go 4 high for the courtyard itself. Oh, it might be nice to go a little bit higher so we have some room for some decoration as well, because we really need some weaving and stuff hanging down from the outside. So if we go 5 tall, would that be too tall? Although it's going to be a fairly big structure in terms of like width. So I think we can get away with 5 high. We'll have to see how it's going to interact with those as well. So let's grab one of those there. That is 5. That's totally not gonna totally not gonna stay there, but just try and get that over to it. Okay, so the roof sits over the top of this, but any sort of decoration we put on is gonna clip through it. Although the roof's only going to go to there, so the decoration's going to fall just shy of it, right? No, it's definitely going to clip straight into it. I think we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think this is a good plan. Okay, before I get too carried away with the courtyard, I do really want to finish off this roof first. So I'm going to complete this, terminate it on the line, and then we'll start on the courtyard itself. I mean, this is actually the best side, like looking at it from the top. If we go underneath, it looks pretty bad. So we definitely need some beams going along there. Yeah, so then we're going to need a beam there as well. And then what about these bits? Like, do I put a beam in there? I mean, and like, where do I stop? I don't know. Maybe it'll look better once I replicate it a few times and like a pattern emerges from it. Because a pattern will make it look like it's meant to be like that. It'll give it purpose. Or as of right now, because I've only got this like one section here, it looks like I've just, you know, jammed whatever piece fits in there. And that's basically how I built it. I just winged it. So that looks nice and clean from inside. And even though it's like it doesn't have a smooth edge, it makes sense, if you know what I mean. But yeah, see, we're gonna have to play with the heights, because now this roof is so far underneath the support beam, like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Look, dude, where the fuck are you going? Just come over here and die. What are you doing, idiot? Look, you two Just fucking die. You want some as well, you green-eyed fuck. Yeah, so up the top here, it looks really nice as well. Because everything's uniform. Everything's making sense. The only issue we're having is the fact that because we're extending it out sideways and we're only raising it half a wall high each step, it's getting to a point where the outside edge is getting lower and lower behind where the support beam is. So what if once we got to this point here, instead of raising it up half, we raise it up a full block each time? Will that keep it in line? Possibly. I'm going to go to bed. In the morning, I'm going to rip all this down and rebuild it using the full wall. And then I'll bring you guys back and show you. I don't know. We'll make a decision on what we're going to do. Alright, the support's starting to get pretty sketchy. But at least it's meeting up with the support. Like, we're doing the right thing, if you know what I mean. Like, things are lining up. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe if these steps are too tall. Like, are they going to look weird? Because everything else is half a step. These are a full step. Oh, look how bad this is getting. I don't even think we're going to be able to make it all the way down here. It's just falling apart. As well as that, something we got to think about is, because we're going up a full wall each time we do this. All right, take it easy. All right, we get the idea. You're not going to stay there. Yeah, because we're going up a full step every time, we're actually getting to a point where it's going to clip into the decorations that we're going to have on the courtyard. And I'm not going to be able to do this edge here. Like, it's... Fuck. Like, I like this. I don't think it's going to work. It's not going to merge into the rest of it as nice. It finishes off this really nice, but it's not going to help us merge into the next roof. So I'm just checking to see if I'm getting wet through that little gap there, because we got two little gaps there that I couldn't fill. I couldn't fill it cleanly, let's put it that way. So shelter like keeps falling off, but I'm not really worried about that. I just want to make sure we don't get wet. That's the only thing. Because we've got these large open sides and stuff, we're always gonna be exposed, which is essentially what the sheltered thing is telling us. When the sheltered falls off, that means we're exposed. I'm seriously going to kill myself doing this. Let's use this one here. This is a lot safer. So if we're gonna match this, this is gonna come up that way. That's also gonna come up that way. And then we kind of need sort of like a corner. But it's a really odd shape. And yeah, we kind of need that there. Alright, well, I feel like I'm just wasting your time here, so I'm gonna have a think about this and keep working on it. I'll see if I can come up with something. If I find something I like, I will bring you guys back. Alright, welcome back, guys. I think I've got something I'm reasonably happy with. Now, I did have to switch over to iron beams, unfortunately. So I went and grabbed some iron, put it in this chest. I really love that mod. Being able to build from chests is, oh, it's amazing. Okay, so yeah, that first step, I go back on the 45-degree angle to try to mimic the same pattern we've got down here, and then I slope it up inwards towards the center. And there's a little bit of overlap because obviously it's not a full length of that slope. It's only like 3/4 or something, so there's a little bit of an overlap. It doesn't look too bad though. The next stage I do the same thing. So we've got that 45, and then it cuts straight across. And then we do the slopes in from there. But the next one, I decided not to do it. Because I don't know, it just seemed like we didn't have that much extra space to do it. I don't know, maybe I could have. Yeah, and then I've just been doing that the entire way. And I'll show you up on top so you can see all the jankiness. To be fair, it doesn't look that bad from the outside. It's all, everything's covered. We could probably do something about that. Because, yeah, that was something I was going to try later. In fact, I don't even really need it because we've got that set of slopes that runs down. I don't know. There's so many fucking snap points. Look at this shit. Like, if you just look at the entire build as a whole, it looks awesome. Looks really good. But if you start looking closely at how things are made, you can see just how dodgy all of this shit is that I've done. So many snap points everywhere. But for the most part, most people that look at it, they're gonna look at it as an entire structure, and you won't see all those nasty bits that I've got. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Should we put a beam in here? Essentially, I'm looking for a snap point. Yeah, and ideally I'd probably want the same thing here. Let's go to bed. We'll have a look at it in the morning. I guess ultimately I need to decide on how much overhang the courtyard roof is going to provide, because that roof might be sufficient if we have a fair bit of overhang. Yeah, and I do want to hide these as well. So let's get these out. Maybe we should do the 2-meter one first. Yeah. That one works. Okay. Now we just got to get this smaller piece in. There she is. Yeah, so I did the same with that. You can see some of the bolts are poking through. But I essentially just covered up the iron bracing. Kind of looks a little odd, having all of that supported by just these 2 pillars. I kind of feel like maybe we do need maybe just the 2 outside pillars. I mean that we don't need them for support. I want it to look. Yeah, see, that makes a lot more sense. And it's not intrusive. So yeah, I think we'll go with that. Although to be fair, I should be doing the 2-meter beam down the bottom here. So let's change that up. Four-meter beam, not the 2-meter. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to go iron with this guy as well. Just because it's going to be 3 pieces just to get up to that point, and we need to, yeah, in some places we need to go all the way out to here. Although having said that, there probably is going to be support pillars in the center here as well. Is that going to be counted as... No, it's not. Not counted as foundation because it's sitting up a little bit. That should be right in there. We probably want to rotate this though. Just in case. That should be in there. As long as you're quick with that, you can have floating structures for a second. Alright, so they should all be foundation pieces, right? Yeah, they're all blue. Because they're all touching a iron frame. The iron frames are kind of like transfer foundation support. To a certain extent, there is a limit on it. I think it's like eight walls, and then the iron frames themselves start to give out. Okay, so yeah. So there's not going to be a roof over this section here, because this is all going to be garden. And you can ignore this floor. I just laid this out because I was sick of jumping over these stupid things. Because, yeah, in some places you can't get over it. So I just put a flooring down. But ultimately that'll all be ripped up and it'll be rearranged to suit. I'm gonna make some more of these as well. These tasty meads. They are awesome. Might do. I'll do all 4 actually. I'll do 4 batches. Seriously good. So thanks to the better UI mod, we can see the time it'll take. All right, let's put this stuff away. I'll take those. All right, or just chuck them on the ground. Because you need to actually put them in that slot. Putting them down here doesn't do anything to me. It's just a hotbar. How's our honey doing? Should I harvest these guys? Yeah, fuck it. We'll do another one. That sounds like my boat. Yep. Surprise, surprise. It's a shame it's not perfect. You can't just like walk onto the boat. Next time I make a dock, I'll keep that in mind. It'd be cool just to be able to walk straight off the dock onto the boat without having to jump. Yeah, we'll just leave that for now. We'll play around with it later. Let's stay focused on what we're doing here. So I've got all the support pillars in. This is just some scaffolding I was using to get around. No doubt we're going to be up here a lot. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to do more support pillars around the outside of this place as well. And I should probably do that now, so I don't bore you guys to death with it. We can't do a perfect circle. Well, obviously we can't do a perfect circle, but we can't just do a octagon. When we get to this section here, we're going to have to extend out further than what we have everywhere else, because we need it to overhang over the top of that. It's just a little bit too shy, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's enough to get wet. But yeah, we've definitely got this corner over here that needs to be covered as well, so I don't know, we'll come up with something. But this is a good height. I'm happy with the height here. And we can do some decorations here, but we might have to trim it up. Go up on an angle or something when we get to this point. But yeah, I think this is definitely a good height. Alright, so we're gonna kind of plan the roof. How are we gonna do it? Because I think like around this section here, it's just gonna be an octagon. But we'll have to blend it into the rest of this section here, which extends out further and ultimately goes into our main path as well. And do we want to keep that roof the same height as this, or do we want to do something similar to this pathway where it's sitting underneath the courtyard roof? I think sitting under would probably be better. I might have to remove those things, to be fair, because they're going to get in the way. But we can come up with some other design to incorporate light into the build. But I think I'm probably going to have to leave the episode here. Just because, yeah. Probably got far too much footage to go through. And I knew that we weren't going to get all of this done in one episode anyway. This was going to be a multi-episode project. But at least this main pathway is done. Like, that's definitely an accomplishment. And it looks good. I love the little slits where you can see through it. Follows the grade of the stairs perfectly. Yep, I'm liking it. It's good. Alright, so next episode I'm going to continue on with the courtyard. I know I still need to do the smokestacks on the cookhouse, but I got my mind set on this at the moment, so that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, don't forget to lead your targets. I'll see you next time.